Hi, it's Brett from CMC Triggers, and we're here at Triggrcon, and we're going to tell you about our triggers and what CMC has to offer. So if you're looking for an upgrade for your AR-15 trigger, we're going to go ahead and explain the two different variants that we currently offer, and we'll go into some of the other options and introduce you. A little bit about CMC Triggers. We've been around since 2003. We've been manufacturing drop-in trigger components. So the drop-in cassette, I'm just going to pull this up here. So it's a complete drop-in. This is a complete drop-in self-contained unit. It's a stainless steel box with hollow pins that control the critical dimensions of the trigger components inside the cassette. This is unique versus a loose component trigger, as on a loose component trigger you're reliant upon the geometry of the firearm lower receiver to control your sear engagement positions, and ultimately this will affect the feel and function of your trigger. So we completely remove that by putting all the components into a self-contained housing that you can drop into your trigger, into your lower receiver even. I'm sure you can edit and cut that bit out. So the CMC trigger ships complete with an anti-warp pin set. If you can see that, it comes with an anti-warp pin set and the 2 Allen wrenches and 4 hex screws. Super easy for you to install in your firearm. Let's talk about bow designs. So CMC is famous for its flat patented bow design. It's got a nice fat wide bow. A little foot on the bottom of the trigger allows you to index your finger. This is our single stage trigger here. This one is set at 3.5 pounds. We do everything from 2.5 pounds all the way up to 6.5 pounds on the single stage, and then on the 2 stage, 1.3 is our lowest, and then that goes up to 2.5 as our highest. So this, as you can see, has 0 creep and a super crisp break. If you're looking for a match grade performance AR trigger, this is the trigger for you. Upon looking inside our CMC triggers at the sear engagements, I'm not sure if the camera can pick this up, but we have some little mirrors shining back at you. They're the sear engagement surfaces. You'll notice that they look like little mirrors shining back at you. CMC has a proprietary machining process that ultimately renders the finish on the sears at a 1 to 2 RMS finish. Most other manufacturing processes, such as wire EDM, etc., only allow that surface finish to get to a certain level. Most other triggers sit around about 32 RMS. So the sear engagement surfaces themselves, and I'm going to use my hand to demonstrate this, overlap 6 to 8 times greater than any other trigger on the market. This means that your trigger is 6 to 8 times safer when it's in the fire position and less likely to accidentally be discharged. So we've got our flat and we have our curve side by side. The AR-15 trigger will also function in the AR-10 platform also. The spring material that we utilize to manufacture the springs is rocket wire. This allows you to have a full power hammer, which is great for any hard primers, etc., or some of those larger calibers. We have a new 2.5 pound 3-gun trigger. Again, our tolerances on our weight of our triggers are extremely accurate, and we have minimal movement. I'm going to try and demonstrate the reset here. The reset is super short. This really allows you to get control of your firearm and become more proficient with your shooting and accuracy. This is one of the best upgrades that you can do to your rifle, whether it's a trigger, whether it's the optic, and you really see the benefit of this upgrade immediately, and your normal shooting, you should notice a significant improvement.